right, everybody, let's move to our next very special segment. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. Take your seats. As we all know by now, there are not that many of them. So make the best use of the spaces that are still available. It is such a great pleasure of mine and so much fun to be here. It's my third year, so I've been with this great event ever since it started 3 years ago. My name is Susanna Lewandowska, and I'm president and CEO of TVN Foundation with Warner Brothers Discovery Poland, which is a media partner of this event, but this is not why I'm here. I'm here to introduce a special group of amazing young leaders who have joined us today. And going back to what to those of you who are with us from the very beginning or early in the morning, in her opening speech, Rupa Das, she said that we need to include young people into the conversation about gender equality. And they may not have that much experience, but they have a perspective. And we better listen to them because their perspective is innovative, and this is their ideas are those that we need to pick up to build a new reality for all of us. So it is my great pleasure to introduce our youth delegates. How this is going to go, we only have 15 minutes, and each one of our amazing delegates will have 2 minutes to present themselves, to tell us a little bit about what makes them tick, what they work on, and how they want to be involved in the larger conversation about global development, let's say. Yeah, let's be ambitious. So without much further ado, I'm going to begin with Megana Agi, who's with us. Welcome. You are the Associate and Global Segment Specialist, Banking and Markets at Egon Zehnder, Chicago. And the floor is yours for 2 minutes.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here with such inspiring leaders and with my fellow youth delegation at the World Woman Davos Agenda for the first time. I'm Meghna Agi, and I am a member of the financial services practice at Egon Zehnder, a global leadership advisory firm headquartered right here in beautiful Switzerland. My work really centers around advancing sustainable and inclusive leadership at leading financial institutions by both challenging and changing dated definitions of leadership. I am an advocate for the belief that diverse leaders create a better world where both organizations and individuals can both grow and thrive. We have made some amazing progress in advancing diversity in both boardrooms as well as on executive teams, but there is just an incredible amount of work that still needs to be done. And that really starts with committing to a narrative that the appointment of a diverse leader is just the beginning and not the end. And if we are to really enact transformative change, we must really start to change the narrative on understanding that those who sit in leadership seats today must really unlearn old habits and be okay and vulnerable with new perspectives. And that absolutely starts with who sits in these seats today. So that is my call to action for everyone here, and I encourage all of us to be agents of change.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. I'm taking with me unlearning old habits, creating new, better ones. I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Parisa Verma is with us. She's a sophomore at Yale College, class of 2027, and she's a global health scholar with Jackson School of Global Affairs. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's really an honor to be here at the World Woman Davos Agenda. Here in Switzerland, and this is my first year as well. So I'm a sophomore at Yale College and a global health scholar, and I'm a pre-med student majoring in cognitive science, and my focus has always been on sonic expression and perception, and with a particular focus on communication in healthcare. And one problem that has always resonated with me is the lack of effective communication, I believe, exists in the healthcare system. And it's also magnified by a lack of trust between patients and their physicians. And I think that this is also an issue that disproportionately affects women. Women's symptoms are often dismissed, misdiagnosed, or minimized, especially in areas like chronic pain management, which can result in delayed treatments and poor outcomes. And this issue is rooted in systemic inequities and cultural biases. And addressing it, I believe, requires a commitment to empowering women in healthcare spaces, both as patients and as physicians. And I believe that empowering women in healthcare means transforming the system itself. And on a structural level, that means that changes are needed to embed empathy and cultural competence and gender sensitivity into medical education and training. By equipping physicians with the tools to better understand and address the unique needs of women, we can work to create a more equitable, compassionate, and compassionate healthcare environment across diverse global healthcare models. And ultimately, I think that this work is about ensuring that women's voices are at the center of their healthcare experiences, because when women are empowered, healthcare outcomes are improved for everyone.
Yes. Thank you so much. What an ambitious vision. I hope it comes true. I really hope that. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Naimisha, excuse me. Namisha, pardon, excuse me twice. She's an associate at US India Strategic Partnership Forum. Welcome, the floor is yours.
Hi. Hi, I'm Namisha Pradhan, and I am very honored, firstly, to be invited here. And thank you, everyone, for sitting and listening to all of us talk about our dreams and aspirations. I work with US India Strategic Partnership Forum, and I primarily focus on energy. But my take here is that while we're moving towards an era of climate change, and everyone's talking about it, there's talk about just energy transition. We also need to think about the nice intersection between energy and skilling, while we also have to focus on how we move from the primarily used energy sector. We also have to move towards the new, cleaner energy. What gets left behind are the people who have worked in one industry and are trying to move to the other, but they're not skilled enough. My take here would be that I would be focusing on skilling, upskilling, and retraining these individuals and getting them back into the market, because that is a huge gap. And that is the gap I'm trying to bridge, and that's it for me. Thank you.
Love that. Thank you so much. Victor Krč is with us.
Yes,
That's you.
that's me. Yes. Yeah, and thank you for not butchering my name. That's actually pretty unique.
Because I'm Polish. That's
Oh yeah, perfect.
You're a Cannes Lions Roger Hatchwell Academy alumnus, strategic planner at Brand and Creative Innovation within the sphere of, and Cafe Communications Hungary. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome.
Thank you. Again, hello everyone. I'm really honored to be here. We were joking with Oana right just before this panel that it's such crazy thing to see an event like this where the easiest place to get a chair is on the stage. So big thanks to you first. So I work in advertising, and let's address the elephant in the room. It is an industry that's kind of based on manipulation and stereotypes. Now, my role as a strategist is basically to kind of challenge this, to base whatever we do, whatever our creatives do, on real human insights. This is the only way we can challenge the biases, right? It's gonna be a really, really easy example, so that we don't show women only as someone who is in the kitchen, right? Sometimes this happens, but we have to do better. And so I have 3 bullet points here. When it comes to change, these are kind of call to actions I really would like for you to take away. The first one would be to challenge these stereotypes, to challenge the BAU, to challenge the status quo, and hold everyone accountable, even advertisers. We can do better, we have to do better, we have a platform that we can use to do better and create maybe a change in the world for the better. Now, the other thing is, change can't be just made with a simple pen stroke because somebody comes along and just rewrites it. We have seen it in the past couple of days. It's quite sad. The only way we can actually raise a generation that's going to be capable of doing change is to cultivate it from the beginning. So you have to support all these programs that will raise a generation that you can be proud of, that you can hand the world over to in a way that you know it's going to be in good hands. And kind of to mention the previous panel, this goes for boys and girls too. So for girls, you know, they should know that they have equal opportunities, and they should have equal opportunities. They should know that their strength is in their difference. And for boys, well, just raise them to be decent human beings, I guess. So don't let them watch all these toxic male influencers, please. Please. And the third one would be kind of the call to action to all of you. You here are the ones who have the voice, you have the stories, you have the ambition. Please share it with each other, amplify each other's voices, and break this echo chamber. So don't let this room be the echo chamber. Your voices will only make a difference when they can leave the room. So please let your voices be the ones that overcome all the autocrats and all the toxic tech bros and all the things that kind of challenge progress in our society. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So, such an important message. First of all, of course, we're here. Yes. Applause for Victor. Of course, we're here because we don't want these ideas and these concepts that we discuss to stay in the room. Each one of us represents and their your own respective country. Please take all these ideas back and implement whatever you think it's doable and possible. So thank you for reminding. And we cannot do it without men and women. So thank you for being here. Oana Oprea, also a Cannes Lions Roger Hatchwell Academy alumna, congratulations. Head of Digital Planning and Brand Strategies at JAME Session Agency from Romania. Okay.
Thank you. I'm really happy and nervous to be here. As you said, we can build together like men and women, and me and Victor actually were teammates at Cannes Lions. And after winning a competition there, we actually started to work for a project for World Woman Foundation. And we started from a problem that now we can unsee it, and it's about the generation gap between different generations of women. I'm a brand strategist, so I'm chronically online. I follow a lot of trends, formats, and conversation. And what I saw is that there is this constant fight between Gen Z and millennials and all different generations. And we're really focused on what's different about us. And there is not enough conversation about what's mutual for us, what are our mutual passions, but also the challenges. So what we aim to do is to create more formats and more context for younger generation, girls that want to work in STEM, to connect them with women that are really successful and inspiring, and put them together. And I think it's really important as a message here, is to be really open and to focus on what unites us. And maybe we're not all career influencers. We don't have to be influencer, but for sure we have influence. So it's really important for you to share the knowledge and be a model and an example, because doing this, you're not only helping individuals, you're actually building a legacy. This will be the next example. So maybe for the next generation, it'll be something very normal to help each other. This is being in STEM or in other field. It's about supporting women and not only. Thank you.
Thank you. And you are part of that movement already. So thank you for being with us. And now Ayati Dashkar, a young lady I've had the pleasure of knowing for over 3 years now, which I'm so excited about every time I spend with you. And you're a 7th grade student incredibly gifted and creative soul, founder of Queendom Metaverse and host at Girls Talk STEM. Ayati, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Thank you for giving me such an honorable introduction. I really didn't think I deserved that, but thank you so much. I'm so honored to be around all of you. And really, thank you, Ms. Dozana, for that introduction. So I am Ayati Dashkar. You might have seen me introducing 2 panels, and I introduced one on mistake. That was my bad. But I introduced one of those panels, and I'm just so honored to be here. I use the power of creativity and technology to create virtual worlds. That was Queendom Metaverse, to have young girls on the table, to be able to have their voices. Because as I've said so many times, WEF is about these leaders who go to Congress, make these decisions, and the 50% of the population, girls especially, are not at those tables. So we need to have young girls on those tables because that is what is important. That is what is going to shape the age of intelligence, the central theme of WEF this year. I also host a podcast called Girls Talk STEM. It was a collaboration between Conline and World Woman. I'm the youth lead for World Woman Foundation, and also I have been on the youth board of Free Free. So that's
Thank
about
you.
me.
Amazing. And last but absolutely not least, Ivana Krivenkod. You are Master of Science student, or you have
Already
you
graduated, and
congratulations.
I'm already employed as a data coordinator for CRO MedPace.
Okay,
I'm
go
beyond
ahead.
honored to be here. Thank you, Susanna, for the introduction.
I tried.
No,
You do
that's
it much
fine.
better
It
than I
can be
did.
a little bit dated, just that. So it's a great honor to be here right now and to share the stage with such amazing female leaders, and truly everyone in this room paved the way for us to be here and to present ourselves and our projects today. In my case, it's also generational. Right here in the front row is my mother, Irina Papusha, who is a president of an organization, Women Leaders for Ukraine, that I'm also a proud contributor of. And together, we try to bring together women that represent business, political, social areas to empower women of all ages, exchange experience and network together, which is also especially important in terms of the background in Ukraine with the war still going on. That is incredibly important to keep up the spirits. As a scientist and as a woman who is now employed in STEM, I can still say that despite the efforts and these big global internet hashtags that you may see, women in STEM, girls in STEM, there is still a big prejudice towards which professions are for women and which are not. And moreover, even if girls do pursue the degrees that they want, and actually statistics show that women outnumber slightly, but they do outnumber men pursuing higher education and actually getting the degrees. However, later on in careers, they're severely misrepresented in leadership positions. As time passes and their career advances, we see less and less women on the leadership posts. Why can that be? First of all, because also society, traditional society, pressures women to take care of marriage, bear children, birth them and care after them, and it is incredibly hard to bounce back after that and to return to your professional duties and your professional ambitions. So what we can do as a community is to foster mentorship and foster network for women, for young girls, and it has to begin at schools, at universities, postgraduate programs, and also in the workplace to support ambition. And really, I heard so many great ideas today that actually women are more than qualified, and there is a big gap between confidence and in men and women at leadership posts, and many say that I was not sure I deserve that post, when actually they mostly do. And my goal would be that when I am 50 or even less than 50, that I will see 50% of women in leadership posts across all industries, not just ones associated with femininity and womanhood. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for coming to Davos. Thank you so much for sharing your perspectives with us. It is an honor for us to have you here. And please, I'm encouraging everyone to approach our young delegates, talk to them. Let us continue these ideas and make them grow into longer conversations. It has been a pleasure to host this little panel, not little because of the scale and theme, but because we only had 15 minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you.